Hey, what's up, nerds? How you guys doing this morning? Hopefully you're having a great day. I'm really excited for this shave today. I am using my new Maggard razor Slant Head, and I'm super excited about this. I've got about 3 days growth, and so I'm really looking forward to using this. I'm also have the MR3 handle on, which is the shorter, stubby, pretty thick handle with good heft to it. So I'm excited to try that and see how it works. So I also have a Gillette silver blue blade in. It's on its second use, so it gave a good shave the first time, so I'm excited to use that again. So really looking forward to using this. Also, I have my Dr. John's Hydra soap, a little chunk of the sample pressed down into my bowl. So if you watched my face shave video using this, they make the claim that this is so moisturizing you don't need to use aftershave. And all I did following my face shave was my alum block and rinsed, and my face felt great. It felt moisturized, it felt good, it didn't feel dry or dried out at all. So I think they lived up to their claim that you don't need aftershave. So I'm gonna try this on my head now and see. I'm just gonna, once I'm done shaving, rinse with cold water, and that's it. No witch hazel, no nothing. Just give it a try and see if this lives up to its claim for a head shave as well. So that's the soap I'm gonna be using. Has a great citrus scent, and good for a summer day in my opinion. So I'm also gonna be using my new Maggard razors 26mm knot synthetic brush. So I'm going to be doing kind of a head lather. I'm going to load up my brush in the bowl and then move to the head. So I'm excited to see how this bigger knot works on my head, how it feels on my head. So that's what we're going to be using today, guys, and I'll get right to it. I've wetted the brush a little bit, haven't soaked it, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water to it and start loading. But how have you guys been? Hopefully you're having a good summer. Hopefully things are going well for you. Kyle from Brown Man Shaves. Man, I'm sorry about that box. My heart feels for you and Chris. I'm Chris from Another Cut Above, if you don't know who that is. But that's just sad news to see that box get broken into and stolen. So I appreciate your optimistic outlook and trying to find the positive light on things and having a grateful attitude. That's awesome. It's a good example to all of us. But my heart is broken for you. That was sad to see something like that happen. So add a little bit of water. Into there. Alright guys, that's well loaded. Brush is well loaded. I still got a good chunk of let's see if you can see that. Good chunk of the sample left pressed down into my bowl, so if I need to load up a little more I can. So I'm going to wet my head and we'll get started with the lather. One thing I like about this new brush is the size of the handle. It's got a really, I'm not going to say really big handle. It's got a bigger handle than my other brushes have. And so it's nice to hold on to for doing these head lathers and you know, just loading up the brush. I like the size of the handle. Get the bristles a little wet. I went back and had been watching some of my old videos to try to improve on my technique, and I noticed I made my lather for my first passes. My lather is usually a little dry, and so I'm going to try and get a little more water in on this and make it a little more slick, not as dry. That citrus scent builds nicely. I can smell it, you know, as I'm building the lather on my head. That might have been a little too much water. Smells really good. I was really impressed with Dr. John's Hydra. I was really impressed with how moisturizing it was for just applying an alum block and going. I didn't have a great shave. I don't think me and the Pole Silver get along too well. I find I don't do that well with super sharp blades. I don't get great shaves out of the feather blades. I know a lot of guys out there try to use the sharpest blade they can find, and if that works for you, that's great. For me, that's never been the case. I get good shaves, but they're not great shaves, and they're not comfortable shaves. So, yeah, I like a little bit smoother of a blade than the feather, the Pole Silver, Super Iridium. So, have you guys been doing? You been trying any new products? Get anything new? Do anything fun this summer? We had our big camping trip we went on. What have you guys been doing? Any fun vacations? Let me know. Put it down in the comments. I know a lot of guys have started doing live shaves, and that's a cool thing. One thing I'm going to ask, because I want to watch them, I enjoy watching the live shaves, if they'll release a small video saying the date and time of the shave, because usually I don't find out until I get the notification on my phone, and it's telling me this person's uploaded this live shave, and I think, oh man, I wish I could have watched that. So if you do a live shave, please post a little 30-second, 1-minute video just saying the date, time you're going to be doing your live shave, so I can check them out. But alright guys, first pass, I'm going right into it against the grain. That's what I noticed a lot of guys with slants do, so we're going to see how this performs. So here we go. First impression, guys, that's smooth and efficient. It is taking it right down. No pulling, no tugging, no drag at all. And just gliding right along. And really good residual slickness from the Dr. John's Hydra. It is performing really well. Feels really nice, smells great. Yeah, that is smooth and efficient. I am really glad I got a slant. The future, I feel like it does have a place in a shave den. It is definitely really good for mowing down if you have a lot of growth or a long beard or something like that, the Future is excellent at mowing down, just mowing right through a lot of growth and just taking it right down. But as far as this goes, this is way smoother, way more efficient. Just a much better feel to it overall, and especially going straight into it against the grain. My Future would have been bouncing all over the place. Even after a 2-pass head shave, my Future was bouncing all over the place when I'd go against the grain. And so this is a nice change from that. The Gillette Silver Blue feels really good. Feels smooth. Feels smooth, but definitely efficient. Taking the hair down, so that's excellent. And my lather's rinsing cleanly off my blade, so I think I got the right amount of moisture in there. Yeah, to be able to go up the side of my head like that with no bouncing or blade chatter or roughness is a huge difference from my Future. My Future bounced all over the place going against the grain like that. So that's awesome. And guys, one thing I didn't mention on this head, there is no overhang whatsoever with blade overhang. So going around your ears, if you're face shaving, going around your nose, you don't got to worry about an overhang. Oh, and guys, I was so excited to get into this shave, I forgot to put my pre-shave oil on. So this is no pre-shave oil as well on my head, and it's no hair conditioner added, and it's going great. And sorry I'm not talking too much today. This is my first use with this, so I just try to pay attention to the angle and the blade fail and everything that's going on with it. So yeah, kind of just focused in right now on what's going on, but so I watched a video by the Northern Shaver, and he he used a lavender shaving cream, and he was talking, about floral scents, and he mentioned that he really liked the rose scent, the rose scented creams, and I'm with him. I like the rose scent quite a bit, and he mentioned maybe that's not manly or whatever, but he liked it, and I agree. I think the rose scent is a really nice scent. So, Northern Shaver, if you watch this, I'm with you. I like the rose scent. So. I'm really enjoying this MR3 handle as well, now that I'm working on the back of my head. It's small, so it's easy to maneuver with, it's easy to, work around and work with, so, and it's still got good weight to it because of how thick it is. It's got a good weight to it, a good heft to it. So Jarek, if you watch this, thank you for the recommendation. I'm really enjoying this handle right now. It's doing right by me. So thank you. Alright guys, first pass done, and that was good. That was nice. That was smooth. That was efficient. I mean, it might have been a little slower because it's my first time ever using that handle and head, but it is nice, smooth. I mean, that's a smooth first pass. I mean, I got some touch up, but it is that's really smooth, especially compared to my future would have been at after a first pass against the grain. I would have had touch up spots everywhere and a lot of burn and blade chatter, and the residual slickness from Dr. John's is amazing. This is a really slick soap. He adds slippery elm bark and aloe and a couple other things to it. Those are the ones that really stick out in my mind to provide extra moisturizing and slickness, and it is slick. I mean, it is really slick. So I'm going to just paint on a little more lather and do a touch-up pass. So I don't know if you guys can tell by the same shirt I wear every time. I mean, I do wash it. It's not just the dirty shirt that I keep in here. I do wash it, but I'm a huge Alabama football fan, so I'm pretty excited for college football to be starting up. If we got any college football fans out there or NFL football fans, let me know. Who's your team? Who do you like to watch? Who do you root for? So I'm a huge Alabama fan and excited to see how they do this season, and hopefully we can end it a little better than last year. We got to the championship game last last year and lost in the final second, so that was a little heart-wrenching, but hopefully this year we can finish out the game and get home with a victory and another championship. So it'll be exciting to watch. Alright guys, here we go. Touch-up pass. I'm just put a bunch on there so I could just have some on there when I'm running my hand around and feeling where I need to touch it up. And this is where I hope to find a much better improvement over my futures on these touch-up passes. The future was not very good at doing these touch-up against the grain. Not very efficient or effective at that. So hopefully this slant will be. And I'm going to say, just right off the bat, by the pure lack of how much needs touched up, I think it's going to be more efficient. One thing I gotta say about this slant too is it seemed like the proper blade angle was pretty easy to find. I mean, I've missed it a few times and had to, I know I'm not, a couple of the passes I've done, I know or the couple of strokes I've made, I know I'm not catching any hair because the blade's not making contact, but didn't seem like it took that long to figure out the blade angle and kind of dial that in. And as I get more and more used to using and holding this handle and this head and how it works, these will go faster and faster. My first couple of future shaves took quite a while before I started making videos. They were taking me quite a while as I was learning all the blade angles and everything, how to hold my handle right. So it's going pretty well. For my first time, I think it's going pretty good. One thing I don't know if this is different than the future because I added a shim to my future and so it did this a little better. I shouldn't say better, but just a difference. It feels like there was at some points more blade in contact with my skin. This seems to take, I don't know, the size of the razor blade is the same obviously, but it seems like there's less blade in contact with my skin on some points, and so that's feels a little different. That could all be in my head. I don't know that for sure. That's just what it feels like. Having a lot of trouble right back here for some reason. I can't get my blade angle, my handle angle right to get this little spot right back here. It's just avoiding me. There we go. I got a little divot in my head and I'm just having trouble getting down into it right there. Now this Dr. John's Hydra is a slick soap. He is right. They do have, it is slick. There is no doubt about that. I think I know what I'm gonna need to do. And I think they call it blade buffing, where they do a bunch of small, short strokes. I think that's gonna have to be my new technique with this. Just a bunch of small, quick, short strokes. Because with the Future, I hated doing that because it bounced so much and it was so rough. But this is so smooth and efficient. I think those small short strokes are the way to get all those little nooks, all those little divots and dents in the back of my head right back there. Alright, got it. Got it down where it feels good. Let me rinse my head real quick, just a light rinse. Since Dr. John's Hydra said no aftershave needed, I'm just going to pull what's in my brush out, do my Kevy Shaves head wash. So it gets some more of that slickness, and I'm doing this, I'll fill for any spots where I can notice I missed a chunk of hair or anything. Man, that smells really good. That's a good citrus, strong citrus scent. It smells nice. So one thing I'll probably do, I know I just jumped straight into Against the Grain. That's what Kyle from Brown Man Shaves does. I'll probably do next time I'll probably do a 2-pass shave, 1 cross, 1 against. Just because my hair grows in so many different directions back here. That should pick up more and save a little time on my touch-up pass. Like I can feel right here, I got a little strip that I missed going crossways, so I'll have to try to catch that real quick once I rinse my hands here. There you go. I must not have been that big of a strip if I've lost it already. Okay. Yeah, so from now on I'll probably do I'll try, see what it feels like doing a cross grain and then a against the grain and then touch up. So let me rinse this off and pat dry and be done with this shave. What a good shave. Alright, and I didn't do I just tried to get all the excess lather off, but not too harsh of a rinse because I want to keep want to keep a lot of those properties on my head that he says are moisturizing, so you don't need to use a aftershave. So we'll see how it goes. Feels good right now. Doesn't feel any burn or dryness. Still got a lot of good residual slickness up there, so that's great. Smells awesome. So first, the handle, the MR3 shorter, stubby, wide handle. Loved it. Easy to maneuver, easy to use. The slant head, very efficient, very effective. I need to improve my technique, get a little better with it, learn how to blade buff. I never did that with my future, so that's a new skill I'm gonna have to learn. And if you guys see me doing something that I could improve on, let me know. Comment down below. I'm always trying to get better. If you see I'm holding it at the wrong angle or doing something that looks crazy, tell me, hey man, you're all jacked up. You need to fix yourself. Do it this way. Gillette Silver Blue, very smooth blade. I really enjoyed that. Very efficient and smooth. That's what I like more in a blade. I don't like super sharp blades that leave me feeling a little rough. The Pole Silver Super Iridium, super sharp, but left me feeling a little rough. The feathers have always left me feeling a little burn, a little rough. So I like a smooth, efficient blade, and that's the Gillette Silver Blue gave me that. Not saying that'll work for everyone, gave me that. So really happy with this. The handle and new brush, 26mm brush, did excellent. Holds a ton of lather. Felt great on my head. Was easy to build up a lather. I probably started with it with a little dry. I had to add some water to it, which I'm fine with because I had been making my lathers too dry. So I add a little more water, till it felt right. So performed well. So all in all, good shave. Feels good, still feels nice, no burn, my hand's still gliding over smoothly, a lot of good slickness up there, so hopefully it stays moisturized. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, hopefully you're having a good day. Comment, subscribe, share, like it, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.